Hi everyone, my name is Elena, and today I thought I should do something a little bit different. And I thought about making a little video recording of me just kind of making some sugar cookies for the day and just doing a little voiceover. So right now I am just kind of mixing the dough here. I'm making sure I'm scraping the sides really well, and I'm also making sure I'm not over mixing this dough, because there's nothing worse than eating a really rock hard cookie or dry cookie, especially if it's a sugar cookie. So I just kind of make sure it's just combined, especially when you're rolling out your dough and you're reworking the dough. I try to just kind of clump it together and I try not to work it too much. Yeah, so here I am just kind of moving it together, and my camera's kind of moving with me because I put it on a table and it's not really stable, but you got to start somewhere. So here I'm just kind of cutting the dough into 4 equal kind of parts, because it's just it's too hard on my body to kind of like roll such a massive amount out at once. So I just kind of work in small batches. I'm not even sure why I grabbed this parchment. I think so many other cookie dough bakers, they use parchment just to kind of roll it out and freeze it. And for me, I've never done that. So, but I don't even recall why I grabbed that parchment. But if that's what you want to do, then totally do that. So another wonderful investment that I made was having those little like adjusters or the height rings at the end of the rolling pin, because it just helps to maintain consistency in the height level of your cookie dough. So yeah, that's a good investment. And right now I'm making some Valentine cookie sets. I put them equally spaced on these mini trays or half trays, and then I'm going to freeze them. And I have some small cookies that I need to bake as well, and I'm setting the oven here. And yeah, I'm struggling opening the oven and putting this in and recording at the same time, but here we go. So making sure they're not touching. I don't even know what I'm doing here. So as it's baking, I'm basically going to clean up after myself, and I'm going to set up these cooling trays just to make sure, they have nice air ventilation. And I'm just going to organize all the letters and the numbers, etc., and making sure I have the right amount. Sometimes if the cookie is really soft, it'll break. Like I broke 2 V's in my LOVE sets, so I just decided to let them kind of cool off a little more. If you find that your cookies are really fragile, it's because they're probably on the warmer side. So I just kind of made sure not to touch those until the very end. The one thing that's kind of frustrating when you're doing like a set, let's say you have 4 cookies in a set, always make sure you have extra, because if you mess up one of those letters, let's say, your whole set is kind of like ruined, especially if you don't have any extra dough. I always make sure I'm counting as I go, making sure I have the right amount to make during the day. And then I also make sure that I have some dough, some letters cut out, where I can kind of roll it back and cut additional shapes if I feel like I'm missing something, or I broke a cookie, etc., etc. So here I am just kind of cooling off the lips, X's and O's and some hearts for my DIY cookie kits that are being made. And I wish you guys can smell the bakery, because it smells so good right now. I can't remember. I recorded this a while ago, but I'm pretty sure I probably baked around like 140 cookies or so this day, which is kind of wild the more I think about it. yeah, so I think these are just some of the cookies that I made, just to kind of see the scope of it. I'm taking out some of my royal icing, and I think I'm taking a break here, actually. I think I'm actually making myself a cup of tea. I don't know what type of tea it is, but just wanted to take a break. Cheers to you, I guess. And then there's always that last cookie where you don't have enough to shape it into anything. And I always eat it when it's just a little warm, like fresh out of the oven. And it's so delicious. Oh my God, it's so worth it. So here I kind of get really organized in terms of figuring out what colors I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go in a pattern because I think my L and my V's are in the same pattern. So I kind of want to do them all at the same time. And then the other cookies, I will do them at the same time if they have the same coloring to them. So I don't even think this is like the regular speed. I think I'm speeding up this video a little bit, which is wild. People have no idea how long sugar cookies take, especially the really intricate ones where you have to have like 3D aspects, or if, you have many different layers and different structures to it, different colors to it. Even color mixing the royal icing can take a lot of time. So when people kind of look at sugar cookies and they think like, oh my God, this is, why is it so expensive? Or like, why is the price the way that it is? It's because it takes a lot of time, especially if, it's very intricate. Even if your designs are simple, and packaging, baking, and decorating them do take a lot of time. And, with the course, when the world is kind of like increasing the prices of butter and a lot of ingredients, that also affects the costs of this. So essentially for me, I feel like with any bakery item, like the reason why it's costing as much as it is because of labor and also ingredient costs. But I also feel like when people go to buy it, it's almost like you're paying for the time because it takes a lot of time. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to bake a like two-tier cake. The buttercream mixing and like the batter, you gotta bake it. There's a lot of things that go into it. So, but yeah, here I'm just kind of taking a little bit of a break. And, as some of the cookies are now cooled off, what I'm doing is I am sealing them. I'm using a heat sealer. I'm using these cute little plastic heat sealing bags to make sure it's nice and fresh. It's maintaining freshness. I'm limiting the airflow in them so they continue to be soft and tasty. So yeah, this is kind of what I do, and I do them all for the cookie sets. So the cookie sets that we are currently making, there are 2 hearts in a box, 1 lip cookie, 1 circle cookie, and 2 X's in a box. So each cookie kit, you get 6 relatively large cookies, and you get 4 different types of sprinkles, as well as the royal icing. So you get 3 different colors in that, and I don't think I have that recorded in this. Next time. That also takes time too. Bagging all the little bags of like royal icing and packaging the little sprinkles. So you're essentially saving yourself time when you pick up any baked items or like a kit, let's say. So here I'm just starting to put the cookies away and packaging them away. I'm trying not to crush them. I'm being gentle with them. And I'm also kind of counting how many sets I have. There's nothing worse than like missing one pair of cookies or one design of cookie, and you have to then bake another batch just for that one cookie. Most likely, if we're not making another batch and there's spare cookies, we probably just won't make the set. So there are other aspects of this video that I didn't really record, which is just, the cleaning aspects of the video, the dishes and whatnot. I'm not sure if people want to watch that, so I just didn't really record it. And I think also at the end of the day, I was a bit exhausted, mostly because 4 batches of cookies and rolling them out by hand and all that does take a lot of time and effort and energy. And I think I was just really tired at the end, to be honest. So in general, what I did today was I packaged our orders for our love cookie sets, and then I decorated one cookie box DIY set just to kind of put on display for people to see the possibilities that they can also create for themselves. And then, and the X&O cookies that we're going to be putting on some cupcake toppers, which would be very, very cute. But yeah, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks for spending the day with me, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.